everyone, it's Michaela. I'm here with Lieutenant Steve for episode 6 of our Q&A forum. As you know, we have a series of questions here from the community that we've pulled from social media. But before we begin, I wanted to let you know that for future Q&A episodes, we will be accepting video questions. So if you want to submit your question through video, then please do through any of our social media pages, and it may be featured in the next Q&A. So are you ready, Lieutenant Steve?
Let's go. Let's get after it.
All right, question number 1 is from Cynthia and Richard. What is San Leandro doing to emphasize safe driving and address drivers for speeding or running red lights and stop signs?
This is a great question. We do get a lot of these questions and concerns from our community, specifically about traffic issues. We want everyone to have an increased sense of community safety. And as a parent and as a father, I completely understand wanting a safe community where your kids can play outside and not be afraid of, or not have to worry about cars, people speeding or driving unsafely. So some of the things that we're doing currently when we get these concerns from our community is we're identifying particular places or areas, specifically in and around schools, where we are receiving a lot of complaints as far as people running stop signs or speeding. Mm-hmm. We then direct and pivot resources, our patrol resources and our traffic resources, to those areas for directed enforcement. And the goal there is a couple things. One is education. We want to educate the public as far as what safe driving looks like and what it should be. And then second to that is enforcement, issuing citations, issuing fines to people that are not driving safely in the area. So those are a few things that we're doing. And second to that is our traffic unit is part of a regional enforcement team. We did a social media post a few weeks back about COSAC. And COSAC is a regional traffic enforcement team comprised of different agencies' traffic units. And they specifically go out and they do traffic enforcement with commercial vehicles. And the goal for that, again, is education and enforcement and to make sure people are driving safely.
Thank you. And question number 2 is from Angela. Why are dispatchers now asking, do you live in the area, when we report issues to the non-emergency line?
So one of the main reasons that our dispatchers ask that question is to identify the proper jurisdiction. And follow me here for a second. I'll give you an example. So I work in the city of San Leandro. We are in the city of San Leandro currently. Now, we have our own municipal police department, the City of San Leandro Police Department. But there's also parts of San Leandro that are unincorporated that the sheriff's office is responsible for patrolling. So we want to make sure that if you're calling in to give us information related to a medical emergency or a crime in progress, that we are connecting you with the proper jurisdiction. If that's not us, our dispatchers are going to identify that as soon as possible and then make sure the information gets to that proper jurisdiction. It's really about allocating resources where they need to be.
Makes sense.
And then second to that is if our officers are responding to a call for service in our community, if you have information that would help them in their response, maybe you have some intelligence or information related to what's happening on your block or your street, or if you have any information about the house that you're calling about. We want to make sure we have that information, we can give it to our officers, and that's going to benefit them in their response to be the most proficient.
Thank you. And question number 3 is from Angela. What is SLPD's approach to addressing quality of life calls in a way that attempts to reduce response times to the calls?
One of the things we're dealing with currently in our department is low staffing. We're looking at a concerted effort into recruitment and hiring, and we have a lot of staff right now working towards that goal. And we believe we have a good upward trajectory. We think that we're going to be able to restaff our department to a certain extent this year. What's going to happen is once we get that staffing back in place, you're going to see response times to calls decrease because we're going to have more officers and more police service technicians on the street. So once we can achieve that, all call times will be decreased and we will see quality of life issues dealt with more frequently.
And question number 4. How do communities in San Leandro partner with SLPD to build safer, productive communities?
So one of the things that I really want to stress, and this is something you and I have spoken about before on Q&A videos, is I think it's super important to know that we have staff at the police department that are specifically assigned for crime prevention and increasing community safety. So one of our rock stars is Jennifer Crosby. She's our crime prevention specialist. If you're interested in increasing the safety of your residents or your business, I'm going to encourage you to get involved and reach out to her. One of the things that she can do is she can help facilitate a neighborhood watch group. One of the things we can do to increase community safety is work together in our communities, in our neighborhoods, and she can help facilitate that. She can help organize it and get you materials that you may need. What else she can do is she can come out to your business and conduct a site visit. She'll take a look at everything in and around your business And following a concept of SEPTED, which is crime prevention through environmental design, she'll take a look at anything in and around your business that may be unsafe. For an example is like decorative barriers or bushes, things that people may be able to hide inside of. Maybe it's a concealed doorway or concealed window, things that would cause her concern. She'll help you and facilitate you to make your place a little safer by giving you the information that you need. And lastly, what Jenny does is she also participates in our social media team. So if you're on our Instagram or our Facebook, you can see that Jenny puts out crime tips pretty consistently. And it's nothing major, that it's literally something anybody can do. Just tips to keep you and your family safer. So check our social media for those.
Yeah, for more crime prevention tips for your business or residents, please reach out to Jennifer Crosby, and we'll put her contact information down below. Question number 5. How does SLPD collaborate with regional partners to prevent crime overall?
So we have a lot of significant partners around us. Oakland PD to the north, Alameda County to the south, and then we have a lot of agencies that are about our size around us as well. And one of the things that we do as far as regional partnerships is we share information. We have a lot of intelligence and information sharing. One of the things that we know is people that commit crime, property crimes, they don't stay in one area. They're sort of transient. They'll go to Oakland and commit a crime, come to San Leandro, go to Alameda County's jurisdiction. And so by sharing that information, we're getting vehicle information out there, suspect information, and that really helps us on the investigative side. If we have to make an arrest, we can always reach out to other agencies and share information with them as far as who's committing the crimes, what cars they're driving, what kind of crimes they're committing. And by that regional information sharing, we're seeing a lot of success in closing cases out and having increasing community safety and stopping further crime.
I kind of have a follow-up question to that. So whenever it comes to communicating with other police departments, is it like literally picking up the phone and calling one of the officers, or is there a database or email system that you guys use?
That's a good question. It's a little bit of both, a little bit of all three. So one of the things that we really strive for in our department is networking and maintaining positive working relationships with people around us, not just police agencies, but that includes the DA's office as well. So we maintain those relationships. We keep people informed by literally picking up the phone and calling them, sending a text message. We do have regional information that we send out via email. But having those relationships and networking, that's crucial to making sure that information is shared proficiently.
All right, that concludes SLPD Q&A Forum Episode 6. If you have any questions at all, please submit them through social media, and you can do that in a comment form or, like I said earlier, in a video format. You can ask any type of questions. This might be about the day in the life as an officer or specific to San Leandro community in general.
2024 is going to be a great year for the San Leandro Police Department and our community. We're looking for anybody who's out there who's considering a career in law enforcement. We want you to come work for us at the San Leandro Police Department. Visit whereourblue.org for more information. Thank you.